the color of your skin? Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate? You should ask yourself, who taught you to hate being what God gave you?
Most of us blacks, or Negroes as he called us, really thought we were free without being aware that in our subconscious, all those chains we thought had been struck off were still there. And there were many ways where what really motivated us was our desire to be loved by the white man. Malcolm meant to lance that sense of inferiority. He knew it would be painful. He knew that people could kill you because of it, but he dared to take that risk.
He was saying something over and above that of any other leader of that day, while the other leaders were begging for entry into the house of their oppressor. He was telling you to build your own house.
Yo, yo, yo. Build your own house. Little different intro that we had to put together because, you know, with YouTube, everything's being copyrighted and flagged, and, you know, they're muting your videos and, you know, a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, I just got tired of. So I kind of reworked the beginning of the show. I know everybody's anxious to see the game tonight. I even thought about, am I going to do a show tonight? But then I said, you know, we can squeeze it in. Tonight's show is it was prompted by, I was having a conversation with some people about of course the Roseanne thing and the social media thing. And Roseanne sent this tweet out, Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes equals Valerie Jarrett. And I started thinking about all the different social media sites that have been out for the last 12 years now, and how people use these things. I remember in the beginning, a lot of people didn't understand it, especially companies and corporations didn't understand it. And my boss is like, "Oh, what are you doing playing on the computer?" I like, you know, sometimes y'all gotta just have a bigger mindset, a bigger view of what's happening in the world. This is eventually going to be a tool. No, that's just a little plaything you're doing there. Let's fast forward 10 years, 12 years, and now everybody is using this as a marketing tool and seeing how people spend their money. They're changing the way the advertisers spend money. People have found a way now that on YouTube and other stations they can monetize the things that they do to get money. It's all this research out here now, and this tracking the way the people that use social media the most are the teenagers and the young adults in the United States, and they're showing how each one has a popularity and how now that they can use this as an advertising tool. So every company now has a Twitter page, has a Facebook page, and all these other Pinterest and all these other sites. Kim Kardashian was able to become, well, her family had money. She didn't have money. She got money because she leaked the tape out onto social media, such as a World Star hip hop site, and generated a lot of traffic flow. And that's what a lot of the young people seem to do now. They generate this traffic flow, and this turns into cash dollars. This allows businesses to advertise their clothing or their product. at a reduced price and to immediately get stuff in front of people, where in print it used to take a day or maybe 2 or 3 days, where now it's all instantaneous. You can feed the no derogatory thing, but feed the idiots of the world. So that's one of the positive aspects of social media. But then it's the abuse of social media, as what Roseanne did. It was her abuse of social media. You can think a lot of things, and back in the day, you could say a lot of things, and people wouldn't find out what you said till maybe a week later. But it doesn't work like that anymore. It's instantaneous. Somebody can overhear you say something and tweet it out, and if they've got a ton of followers, boom, it comes out. Now, according to who you are, that's going to determine how much it affects you. Trump came out, didn't say nothing about her racist remarks, but it was like, wow, she had 18 million views. I guess in his world, views are the most important thing, not the racist comment. Now, her making these comments not only caused her to lose her show, but all those other workers who probably made sacrifices and walked away from other deals to participate in this. So it is an avenue where people get to now call you on your stuff, but well, they never call the president on his stuff. But there was someone on the talk show the other day, Samantha Bee or something, called his daughter Ivanka a cunt on TV. But it wasn't live because they came out and said it was scripted. So if it was scripted, that meant you got to see it and then edit it the way you wanted. So you put it out there because you wanted to put it out there. All the people from Fox that got fired for, well, nobody really from Fox got fired for the stuff that they used to tweet and say about black people on social media. Didn't happen. So for some reason, now we're seeing it is starting to happen more to white folks. But black folks have to be careful, because if you're looking for a job or something, oh, they are definitely now going to be looking to see what your web page is like. And I was having a conversation with some people, and they were like, if you went on an interview and the interviewer says, can I see your social media page? What would you say? I says, sure. Why don't you log yours on? I'll log mine on. And then we can have a fair exchange. Because you're not going to hold me to a different standard than you have yourself. But they use it as a tool. I think there was a poll that came out that said 92% of employers now actually will try to find your page when you're looking for a job, and they will make the determination based upon your page if you're the type of person they want working for them. But here's a cute thing that you'd always do. You got coworkers. Go look at some of their pages. Some of the outrageous, crazy stuff that they do. But it's not a criteria, but it is a criteria if you're black. That people want to look at you. And they're like, well, you know, we're just trying to see what type of person you are. And, okay, you saw what type of person I was from my resume. Don't create other avenues to block us. But this is just a warning for people that they are going to put stuff out. So if you do a show like I'm doing a show here and put it out there and people see it, then they're going to say, wow, that guy Rick, you know, he's got opinions. And even though he never mentions his company's name or anything, you know, all it takes is one person to see it, and then they're going to go and report, and they're going to say, Richard's up there speaking truth, and we don't know what to do. They'll report you. You'll get called in, and they'll be like, well, we can't really agree with what you're saying and what you're doing. It's not going with company policies, even though you said nothing about the company. This is now a tool in so many ways of 65% of court cases now. You see it all on TV. Everybody's coming up with, well, he was on social media. She was on social media. You got your phone. Social media. So 24/7, I know my wife was saying, did you miss me? And one day I was watching Chris Rock, and he had a joke. He was like, you can't miss people anymore because they're always right there with you. They're right there in your pocket. Easy access. Some people get offended. I used to play some of the games on Facebook, and one day I just stopped, and I said I wasn't playing anymore, and it's been about 4 years now. And people got actually mad at me, inboxing me, because I quit playing these games. But I was wasting time when I could be doing other things other than playing games on the internet. And that brings me to the point of everybody is making money on the internet except us. It's kind of weird. We got this great tool, and everybody, we're playing on it, posting fights, posting stories. Everybody else is boom, boom, boom. Get their website, get those likes up, advertise this, advertise that, advertise that, and none of that money's coming to us. So is this another media of how we're falling behind? I had a couple of people tell me my show was boring, and I told them this is not an entertainment show. It's a show where we're trying to open the mindsets of black people. If you want entertainment, you got to go to another show. We talk about black stuff here, but eventually they may come around. I may say something. They may say, well, this is interesting, or it may catch their eye, or it may make you investigate, and that's what we want to do. Here, we just want to be able to put some information out there, and don't take my word for it. Go investigate it. Go look it up. There's the president of the 76ers. This is more ways of people getting in trouble, where he was accused of making comments about his own players using social media like a burner phone or something, and posting. I don't know if he was trying to generate interest in the team, but people are getting caught with all types of stuff. You remember the Senator Weiner? He's out there, got his private parts all on the phones. We just recently had a young man in Chicago, and he does a site called Zach TV. See if I can get it back up here. And he was shot and killed in Chicago. And he would go around to different neighborhoods and talk to different rappers and things like that in different neighborhoods, up-and-coming rappers. And they say he was killed in a drive-by, but, from what I saw in the news, it wasn't a drive-by. He and someone else were in an altercation, and some people shot him, and then they jumped back in the car, from what I saw in the video. Maybe people know different, but this young man had a big following. He was able to generate money doing this website, but it ended in death. And he is not the first death. We've seen a few people get killed from social media. We had the case where the girl's uncle gave a young girl a gun, and she went and shot someone. We've had plenty of instances of people fighting on the internet and then confronting people in real life. Social media has, where we thought it helped in the killing of black people, but we've noticed that really didn't help. We've seen at least, I'm going to say, 12 black men killed in the last year in the last 4 years on video. I think today it's just today 4 years ago that Michael Brown got killed. We got all these killings on video, but for some reason that doesn't translate into convictions for us. And then that becomes weird because the whole world sees it. And that's why we always say, well, you have to be aware, if the whole world sees a man get killed and still exonerates an officer, that's weird. It's kind of strange. I don't know what to tell people. But all this is tied into social media and the way that the world is going. There's like, how many social media sites out here? I saw an article, and it was just stating all the different social medias. I mean, there's 10 top ones, but I think altogether there's like 60 different ones. You can also get fired because you're out here posting your stuff on social media. Social media has brought people too much into your life. It does a couple of things. Social media now is shaping the culture. It's shaping people's opinions of you. And we're sharing too much of our lives. I'm here. I'm eating this. I'm on vacation over here. Look at what I bought. Look at what I'm doing. Look at my kids. Look at my wife. Look at my husband. All that you're posting on Facebook and other places. There's tons of false information that is being publicly shared across the networks. And they let it happen because it's generating money. I remember just maybe 5-6 months ago, Tyrese was all on social media crying, and I was disgusted with him. We didn't need to know everything going on in your custody case and going on in your relationships with your baby's mother. Totally unnecessary. But people are like addicted to this now. It's like, I got to have this in my hand. I've got to post every day. I've got to do something. And I've got about 4 or 5 different groups. So me also. Some people ask me to log in or subscribe to their pages or whatever. And I say, okay, well, I'll check out your page. But if you're hiding your face, I'm really not going to subscribe to your page. That's just my rule. If you don't have enough guts to put your face out there so people can see who you are and identify, you don't have to be the cutest or the ugliest or whatever, or the dopest or whatever. If you're going to talk black stuff and black politics and things like that, put your face out. You know, or you know, if you're worried about your job, they'll be like, well, your group on Facebook is private. Yeah, that's on Facebook. On YouTube, anybody can get to it. Anybody can subscribe. We're trying to boost up our subscribers. It's the No PC Show. Yeah, I got 60 subscribers. Sometime I get a video and it may hit 24 views. I've only had like one video probably that was 2,500 views, but I'm doing it for the content. You know, if only 9 people see it, okay. That's 9 people that got something out of it, hopefully. That's the reason I'm not doing it on Facebook as much, because when you do it on Facebook and you post, those views don't count toward your YouTube. So then you got to learn all these ins and outs of social media. The rules and regulations, the copyrights, the infringements. How do you make money? You're making money, but YouTube is also making money, generating money. So the world has just changed so much now, and we definitely have to change with it, or be lost. But like I say, a lot of us jump up and we do the sports and all that other type of stuff. But I'm also on the site, and we talked about it last week, where there's a black site that is similar to Facebook, and I want everybody to go out there and actually take a look. It's called Black Enough, and it's created by Dr. Boyce Watkins and his group at My Black World. And maybe we'll have a black virtual town before we have a physical black town. But they're doing some things out here, and if you're interested in being able to talk to like-minded people like yourself without feeling the need to explain, black folks clearly get what's happening to black folks. So there's not a lot of extra discussion needed. You know, you get notifications, you can take part in chats. You know, I've noticed over the days they're changing it each and every day. It's this. The discovery, I think that's kind of new, because now it's got kind of a timeline feature. But if you remember when Facebook first started, you had a lot of similar things going. So now they're adding on, and it's us. That's the beautiful part. It's us. So I'm glad I'm one of the first people to sign up for it. As soon as I heard about it, I sent out a couple of things. If you want to become a gold or silver person, you can send out more requests for people. But I'm doing it this way. I'm not worried about gold status or silver or whatever like that. But you can post videos. You can look at topics. Everybody's posting different things. Love, entertainment. You can research members. You know, like I said, there's top members. I guess these are people that post the most. You can become an ambassador. Create groups. You know, find groups, interests. It's just a whole bunch of stuff that you can get into. And like I say, for right now, I think it's a great thing. You know, you got the chats of things that people are talking about. It's a start, people. And that's all I'm saying. It's a start. And if you want to start and become involved in something new and see something new, and tell your friends, Black Enough, BLACKENUF.MN.CO. Create yourself an account. I didn't even see this story. Bomb threat at Tariq Nasheed's home. Tariq Nasheed is the person that does the Hidden Color videos. So he's done volume 4. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's very deep. But all this is going on social media. This is a way to break away from the mainstream of social media. I don't see any infiltrators yet, but sure enough, if this grows and becomes a challenger for Facebook or something, then they're going to get more attention, and then there's going to be some problems. I don't know if I can play this video right here, where it shows, and it's, you know, he talks a lot about the white supremacists and things of that nature. But he's made some money, and him and Dr. Umar Johnson have been getting into some beef lately. And, you know, I don't like our strong black men engaging in this type of public display, just like Kanye and Ryan Fest. I really hope that everyone can find a way to get away from that type of nonsense and beating each other over the head over social media. That's not the way it should be used. We should find better ways of using it. I'm hoping by showing this to a lot of you all, it'll pique enough of you all's interest, and you all will say, wow, let me check this out. You know, they got, I think Black Enough Economics has like the biggest grouping. And like I said, this has grown just in the last few weeks since I've been on here. This has grown by leaps and bounds already. There's almost 1,000 people on here. So let's keep participating in that, helping that to grow. We're not gonna hold up this too long today. If you want to shoot us a show idea, the show 1965@yahoo.com. Still waiting on people to send us business cards and things, and we're gonna start doing our loop of business cards before the beginning of the show. Promote black business, support black business. The show 1965@yahoo.com. Love, peace. So we out of here.
Step out of the car.
No, you don't have the right.
Step out of the car.
Do not have the right to do that.
I do have the right. Now step out or I will remove
I
you.
refuse to talk to you other than to identify myself.
Step
Now, if your woman ain't no revolutionary, she'll persuade you to be a fucking slave for the rest of your days. She'll be grooming you on how to behave, teaching you how to coon and buck dance so that you can be safe. If that brother ain't no rider, soldier, no provider, molder of young minds, check it out. You got yourself a bitch. Think about the time that you invested in him. If he's wearing them skinny jeans, you a lesbian. For every 100 black women who ain't locked up, it's only 83 black men remain. Take away 1.5 million black men who might have benefited their women and their children. You don't know a war when it's waged against you, when it makes you drive your baby mama to the clinic just to kill your own. Ain't no legacy to leave behind, cause ain't nobody sitting on your throne. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Sandra Bland was a rider. She wouldn't have committed suicide, and you a motherfucking liar. It would not be wise to stop when you hear sirens and you see the police behind you, but you don't wanna die. They gon' shoot you if you run. They gon' say that you was going for the police gun. That's why they shot you like 120 times, but you was still coming, so they put another bullet in your lung. Them devils got you praying while they murder, because they know you on that bullshit. They steady with them full clips and body armor. They kill your women in the street, cause they figure you too weak to do anything about it. You some shit, getting fucked in your sleep. They poison you every time you brush your teeth. You don't care, you behave like a slave. A bitch from the cradle to the grave, on your knees with your hands out, begging cause you won't. You motherfuckers are asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't stop, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, you asleep in a war zone, living a nightmare, dying in your own home. If you don't fight, you gon' lose what you got left. I'd rather die trying to fight for my last breath. Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga. Fuck that. Freedom or death, nigga.
If you just listen.
Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga. Freedom or death, nigga.
You were getting a warning. Until now, you're going to jail.
I'm getting it for what?